Brothers and sisters! Brothers and sisters! I don't know what this world is coming to!
It's your man Dope B coming at you. Once again, it is on the Stand of the Bench podcast. Well, I'm going to give you what you need, when you need it, and how you need it, and as much as you need. We're going to talk a little bit of everything this week. It's a full plate. The NFL is in full swing. We got college football jumping off today. You know that's my favorite sport. We'll even talk a little basketball, man. You know, Kyrie Irving back in the news. Jimmy Buckets in the news. What should the Knicks do? What's really going on? How is this stuff going to shake out? We going to talk. I'm going to do the picks. Of course, I'm going to do the picks. I ended up at a piddly 50% last week. We're going to see if we can get my percentage better. 50-50 ain't good. It's better than most, but it ain't dope. And I'm Dope B. So, you know what? I'm even going to open up the phone lines this week. We're going to, man, get that chat room popping, man. I need y'all to get that chat room popping. It ain't been off the chain in a couple weeks. You already know if you want to holler at your boy, the number 773-797-2409, 773-797-2409. If you are in the chat room, hit that like button for your boy. Follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at HRAP_B, HRAP_B. Follow the show, The End of the Bench, THAENDOFDABENCH. Hit me up on Facebook, The End of the Bench, THAENDOFDABENCH. Holla at your boy, man. You already know how we gonna do this, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Hopefully, y'all, I'm gonna get a bunch of call-ins today. But until then, you know what? I'm gonna start off real easy. I'm gonna do my first 4 picks of the week. I know I usually wait till the middle of the show and do it, but I'm gonna do my first 4 picks of the week. It's still a full slate. We ain't got no bye weeks yet. Been a few injuries. First, you know what? I'm not gonna start off there. I'm gonna start off with Thursday Night Football. Thursday Night Football brought us the competition between the Bengals and the Ravens. The Bengals look like as my man said on the Rams about the Rams, on the 49ers about the Rams, same old sorry ass Rams, same old sorry ass Ravens. This goes into a point that I'm gonna touch on as I continue with the football conversation. But the Bengals look like world beaters. Are they world beaters? I would like to know. Are the Bengals world beaters? I doubt it. The Bengals do have one of the more talented rosters in the league. Always remember that. You can look at them as the Bungles, they say the Clowns, or what have you. But at the end of the day, the Bengals have excellent linebackers, excellent DBs, one of the best defensive linemen in the league, solid offensive line, not great, not bad, but solid. They are good enough. They got Andy Dalton, a.k.a. the Red Rifle. They got, believe it or not, this is a dude that nobody talks about, but they have one of the best wide receivers in the league. Nobody ever says his name. He goes by the name of A.J. Green. A.J. Green, regardless to what you hear on anybody's TV show, regardless to what people say to you, A.J. Green is one of the best wide receivers in the National Football League. He's every bit as good as AB. He's every bit as good as Julio. He's every bit as good as Odell Beckham Jr. and anybody else you want to bring up. A.J. Green can match them catch for catch, yard for yard, and whatever. We also, so basically, let me get into this game, man. This is the primary example of what I say every week. You run to win, you throw to score. Or as my coach used to say, you throw to score, you run to win. This is a perfect example of that. Nobody, and I do mean nobody, I can speak in exacts, thinks Andy Dalton is a very good quarterback. Not one person I've ever heard. I've heard at his best, he's serviceable, meaning average, meaning can be replaced by anybody who has 3 straight good games. But what takes a quarterback from being serviceable to good, or in some cases, y'all may not agree with what I'm about to say, but in the case of Eli Manning, a Hall of Famer, is the presence of a running game. The presence of a running game is the all-time difference in this situation, people. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to go along with what I'm saying, but the running game, see, here's the deal. Folks is trying to say people who are less talented jobs. Folks don't want it to be a 100% black league. So what they do is set up barriers. Don't get me wrong. Luke Kuechly is a white guy who's a demon. The man is insane out there. But for whatever reason, ain't a lot of white cats out there playing. So they use terms like heady player, gamesmanship, and things of that nature, crafty, shifty, and that's how they keep a lot of white boys in the league. Hey, it's not a knock against the white folks, man. It's just, hey, man, that's how they keep you in there, man. There's a lot of white boys out there killing, man. But I'm just saying, man. So they use terms like this is a passing league because sorry, man, there ain't a lot of white running backs out there, man. McCaffrey Jr., Ed McCaffrey, boy, he out there, he down there in Carolina killing, man. Speaking of which, man, if you are being affected, if you listen to your boy, man, thank you. And if you're being affected by Hurricane Florence, really thank you. And I hope everything turns out for you, man. Even Phyllis in Virginia. Phyllis in Virginia is in the eye of the storm. Anybody who listened to me for a while, y'all know Phyllis in Virginia is a world-class bench warmer. She's been down since we touched down. So send your thoughts and prayers and positive moves out there to Phyllis from Virginia because she in the eye of that storm, and you know we love Phyllis, man. But anyway, not anyway like that, but you know what I mean. But anyway, this dude, Andy Dalton, has been saved. It's a resurrection. I don't care who you are, and no, I don't care what caliber you are. There are very few quarterbacks. I don't think there's ever been a quarterback to win a Super Bowl without a more than adequate running game. Not just a dude you can get a ball and he gets you 2 or 3 yards. I'm talking about without a good running game. And there are rarely quarterbacks that are successful, successful meaning making the playoffs on a regular basis, kicking ass and taking names and doing your thing. There's rarely been a quarterback that has been successful. I can only think of one personally by the name of Dan Marino. No other ones that I could think of right off the bat. But it takes a special type of quarterback to dominate without a running game. Ask Drew Brees. Drew Brees is the number 2 guy in yards. He's probably the number 2. He's probably on the cusp of yards, completion, and touchdowns. I know for a fact he's right. By the end of this year, he'll be the number 1 in yards. By the end of next year, if he continues to play, he'll be the number 1 in touchdowns. And guess what? Drew Brees ain't make. Before last year, Drew Brees was 6-10, 7-9, and things of that nature. You cannot win in football consistently throwing the ball all around the field. I don't give a damn if you got Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. We let Tom Brady play the first half, Aaron Rodgers play the second half, you're going to get your ass kicked more times than not. Yeah, if you don't believe me, here's another example of what I'm saying. Tom Brady went 10 full seasons without winning the Super Bowl. One time he won at the beginning of that 10, he had Corey Dillon, 10,000-yard rusher, holds the single game rushing record and the rookie rushing record in a single game in NFL history. 99 years, Corey Dillon holds it. He was on Tom Brady's team. He left. They kept winning, but they didn't win the Super Bowl. Guess when they won the Super Bowl? When they got to Garrett Blunt, a bruiser, a dude who knocked people on their ass and drain that clock and wear teams down. Football is a simple game. It's just difficult to play it at a high level. It's easy. Run, catch, throw, block, cover, tackle. That's all football is. I don't give a damn if you're playing in the parking lot after work, if you're playing after Thanksgiving, if you're playing in the playground, if you're playing in the vacant lot, if you're playing on a football field, high school, college, pro, or whatever. Those are the parlance of football. Nothing will ever change them. It will never deviate from those things. All the plays work. It's just about execution. If you don't run the football, you can't win. This is why the Bengals are 2-0. Because they have a guy by the name of Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon, if people don't really know who he is, but Joe Mixon is the brother who got in a world of trouble for putting his hands on the young lady in Oklahoma back in the day. You know, he was a young man, lost his cool, slapped the young lady, and the rest is history. He paid for it, probably cost him literally $10 or $15 million. Note to young people who are listening, note to old people who are listening, note to middle-aged people who are listening. If you lose your cool, it might cost you your ass. That's the morals of that story. But back to the Cincinnati Bengals. They outclassed the Ravens Thursday night simply because they had Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon is in and out of the game because he's gonna have to have a knee scope. It's just a minor procedure. It's easy for me to say it's minor because they're not cutting on my black ass, but it is deemed as what they call a minor procedure. Giannato Bernard is going to take his place, and as long as the offensive coordinator continues to run the ball consistently, you can keep Andy Dalton out of those third and long situations, which is uncomfortable for him. If he stays comfortable, what happens when he stays comfortable? AJ Greens get 3 touchdowns. See, this is how football works, people. Again, you run the football. You bring the defense close to you. You throw it over the top of them. If you don't bring the defense close, the dude gonna run up your ass. That's just it, man. It's Tom Brady is not a genius. Bill Belichick, there are no geniuses in football. Let's get this is a game. You ain't no. Is any card geniuses? Is any spade geniuses out there? Ain't no damn checkers and chess geniuses. This is a game. You're just very good at. You are good at looking at this landscape of things, and you're good at chess. That's all it is. It's chess. You Bobby Fischer. You're very good at this. There are no geniuses. Peyton Manning was not a genius, because if he was a genius, he must bump his head every January because his ass used to stink in the playoffs. But that's another conversation for another segment. This segment is about the Cincinnati Bengals. As long as they continue to run the ball effectively, you will not put Andy Dalton in a precarious situation. If you keep him out of these precarious situations, you will continue to win, Cincinnati Bengals. You stop being stop being the Bungles, you go to being the Bengals. With that being said, look, I got a lot of faith in this dude. Marvin Lewis is the coach. They won 23-34. They at the crib. They 2-0. No matter what happens tomorrow, they will be sitting on top of that division. But the only way they can mess this up is if they mess it up. Look, the homie Mixon gonna be out for 2 weeks. They not playing Sunday. That means they got a whole week and a half before he even thinks about playing. He got a week after that. He's only gonna miss 1 game. Don't fuck this up, Cincinnati. Please don't. But with that being said, the next game we gonna cover it's a simple schedule this week. Again, it's the second week of the NFL, and I know it depends on who's listening. People saying, "Hey man, if you boycott the league, how you know all this?" Because I can fucking read. That's why I know this. The next game I'm gonna cover is the Atlanta. You know what? I got them wrote down. I was gonna go on the schedule, but I got them wrote down in the method that I want to do this in because I want to keep it funky with y'all. I'm gonna go with the Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. Now, the Green Bay Packers are one of the teams that got a gigantic question mark over their head. The reason being, they got a shaky offensive line. They don't have the very running game that I just told you needed. Their weapons are limited, and for whatever reason, they didn't get Jimmy Graham involved. See, the NFL is so busy in trying to run out the people that they don't want. They don't take advantage of what they have and the things that are in front of them. And one of the things that are in front of them is this. One guy by the name of Michael McCarthy. Mike McCarthy is a very conservative play caller. There's no way around it. He is conservative as hell. And what people get on him for is, why you being so conservative, this, that, and the third. Now, what you have to do is look at Michael McCarthy and his success. Mike McCarthy is a dude who has won a Super Bowl. The Packers are consistently good, and he developed Aaron Rodgers. Listen to that. He developed Aaron Rodgers. And people want to run him out of town. Who you need to run out of town is this. This is the dude you need. to run out of time.